Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. We are back with ship evolution again, and so far so good, as we have now a docking station for all the ships that we come across and collect. So let's get started with today's episode. Alright, so there is a lot going on off camera as I was doing a few things in terms of getting ready for the next episode, but took a few hours to kind of clean up a lot of things. One, I try to expand the docking station or the base operations a little bit to make it more like a ship. And I was trying to make it more like a manta ray ship in a way. So I was trying to extend it out really far. And then I thought, what was the purpose of doing that with the solar panels? So I decided against it. Well, I kept it like this for now, which is a really odd shape. But I think eventually this piece here, this station, will be my carrier of all the docked ships, so we can use it to jump, which is ultimately going to be an attachment to our Stingray. So if we want to go against the unidentified signals on a long travel, we have multiple jump drives which we're going to put in, and we'll be able to travel a very far distance, and we'll keep some ships alongside so we have that to attack the unknown signal. Although I think, to be honest, the ship I have currently is more than enough to do so. I doubt it'll get destroyed easily. But if it's not successful, then we can definitely create a bigger ship that holds all the ships together. Or at least a secondary evolutionary ship. I want to make like a mega ship in a sense, but that just seems a little too excessive for the mission of trying to get unknown signals as quickly as possible. I think more or less we'll probably bring the Imperial Red Stingray first to see how it goes. If it goes really terribly, we will stock up on building out this bigger ship here to house all the other ships that we collect. Right, so one main thing that happened off camera was just kind of building it out, having all the ships here. We had several mining carriages here, similar to this one right here. And a few more came by and visited and decided to shoot down, if you recall, the yellow refining mining ship. So for some reason, it didn't like each other, so it just shot down like the ion thrusters and things like that, which was a pain in the butt because I needed the ion thrusters. But what I've been doing lately is to merge them onto the grid here, so then when we do things like this, we don't lose the rep. But I've been doing this by hand more than anything else, because when I use the tail end of my ship to do the grinding, when pieces fall separate and they're not hacked, it goes back to the original form of losing rep. So of course, the best bet is to hack everything you can before doing that, or you end up having to do everything by hand in terms of the grinding, which isn't too bad when it comes to these ships, because these ships are not terribly large, but it can be a bit of a pain in the butt when you're having to do this in a sense. But we did scrap, I think, 3 mining carriages. This is probably the 4th one. And then we found this thing here nearby. Well, we didn't find it nearby. It was shooting us, to be honest. And this one, I forget. I don't even remember what it was called. But right now it's a static because it's part of the grid. And it has a whole bunch of solar panels and things like that. But we've been just kind of cutting it down a little bit because we don't need all of this here. And we don't really need this ship because we ultimately need the ion thrusters anyway, so there's that. So I try to pipe them at the same time with connectors, so I could just do this and throw stuff in there and it should move over to the main ship over there. So that's, you know, a bit of what to do. I want to keep this because it has a bunch of solar panels, so I could use the sun to charge up as much as possible. Although the sun is more or less that direction, so this thing should be kind of moved over there, but whatever. I think we should be fine. But yeah, we're not losing much rep by doing this, so this is great. So we scrap, again, 3 to 4 ships so far. And we try to put back together this red ship here with some success. And ideally, you know what I'm gonna do? I am actually gonna remove the blue ship because it's just a frame. It doesn't have too much anyways. And then hook it up kind of similarly to this one here. So that we have a symmetrical kind of shape when it comes to the red ship into our Imperial ship here. So we gotta situate it a little better. We can merge it directly and fuse it instead of having connected by connectors and such. So I like it where it is currently, because I think we can't burn it down. Yeah, because we can't burn it down with these thrusters. So we could definitely move it closer, much closer, or at least closer by one, and then connect back up to here through, I don't know if we could connect it through this connector per se, but we could at least get slightly closer. We could get, the closest we get is probably 2 blocks closer, or one block closer. So we're looking more or less kind of right over here, which wouldn't be too bad. It'd be great if it was attached to this, but I don't think that's happening. And then a merge block. Yeah, I think that's our best bet when it comes to getting a little bit closer, especially on the sideways style of the red ship. And the red ship, the only thing we're missing back here is the interior turret. I think it's supposed to sit right over here. But we probably don't need an interior turret more than a Gatling turret. That would be a little bit better. And we don't need a missile launcher, to be honest. So we can remove this one and put something else instead. But also a bit dangerous to put that there, because that's a hydrogen tank. We need to protect that as much as possible. And as you see there, we did take some shots from random ships coming by, but they were great because they were neutral, easy to take over. All I had to do was take the seat and also the remote control, and it was ours. Merge it into the grid and start grinding it down, hacking it as much as possible, and then grind it down. Lose less rep, and we get free materials. And when we're talking about free materials, we're talking about the refinery is filled with stuff here, as you see. Magnesium, platinum, cobalt, silicon, iron, and there was gold too that's been making. So we were able to assemble a few things as well. So it's been pretty crazy, but worth it, I think. Here's a private sale that's kind of coming close by. I don't know why, but ships were like a magnet to the station. So they just kept on coming off camera. And then it was just, I was going to leave them alone, but they kept on firing upon us. So that part really sucked. I obviously didn't need them to fire at me, but yeah, that did happen. And we also bought a whole bunch of hydrogen when we can. So we just fill up this industrial one right here. So we just buy all, put it in there, and then we do stockpile to put it into our ship, which we got up to 88% or something like that. Okay, acquisitions. We do not have 100. Actually, we did have, like, we may have that much uranium, but I need the power, so I'm not going to do that. Reactor component, we could give up some. Not really. Detector components, we could give up. Gold, I guess we could give up. Probably not the best idea. Oh, we do not have that much gold. Okay, that's fine. We might not give that up if that's the case. But once again, so far so good with this base operations stocking system in order to get hydrogen. It's slow, but it works. Not terrible. Okay, so our hydrogen tanks here. We do stockpile. And let's take from here, which we just filled up a bit. This tank is, I think, from the other red ship. But we should be close to 90% of stockpiled hydrogen. So we are nearly full. 93. So we refueled pretty well, which isn't too bad. Oh yeah, also forgot to mention, we added a whole bunch more batteries too. So batteries, more or less, we stuck in the jump drive portion right here. So these batteries, I put they used to be empty spaces, but I put like probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 10 batteries or so, roughly. And I've been recharging them off of the merged ships, basically. So like this ship has been taken from this, which is nearly depleted. So we got like 2 hours to discharge. Don't tell me all the other batteries are like pretty and fully charged up. Yeah, they're pretty much fully charged up. That's why it's doing that. So I would have to make more batteries to get that charged up even better, if anything. But our station batteries are pretty bad as well, because I had them on discharge, or at least auto, and it kind of removed all the charge. But luckily, I think I changed it to recharge for now, so we should be okay. So we got to find a way to get the blue ship off without losing it, because it doesn't have any flight capabilities whatsoever. It's just a shell. And then we'll bring this thing a little bit closer. But we do also need, well, we need to add more weapons is one thing. Another thing is that we need to put the thrusters on as well. We now have a bunch of ion thrusters, so we're more than capable of using them, or able to use them. I'm not sure why these are off. They may be off, or it's a graphical thing. I think they're just strictly off. But could definitely use some kind of welding here to get these done a lot quicker. I think I can, yeah, I could do this. We'll cut this down really quickly. We'll put a T shape here for now. Get some mats. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is just basically get more tubing and a welder. And I think that may or may not be too far for now, actually. Yeah, I think it may be. We'll put it here. The welder. Now I should be able to grab all the parts. We turn this on. And there we go. Without wasting me going back and forth to get things welded. This is going to be the faster way of doing it, I guess. And of course, we can give it some helping hand, as my welder's a lot faster anyways. Okay, there's that. We'll take this one off. We'll throw in, ooh, guess I had mats in there. Ouch, that's not good. Now that just made me go back and forth, so that is just great. Should have double checked what was in the welder first, that we didn't have to do that, but it's fine, not a big deal. Okay, guess we could plug one close by here. I wonder if we could reach the further one down there as well. Would be nice if that was possible. Okay, so that should do this one. And that one, and then we still have more on this side. Do we want to get these completed? I guess we can. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Do we need the beacon here? Is another question. We probably do not, to be honest. I don't think so, but we could keep it there. All right, why are you cycling stuff here? All right, that was weird. Okay, whatever. All right, we'll get rid of this for now. The beacon, I don't know if we need, I doubt we need a beacon. Maybe we remove the beacon. Might be a good idea. Okay, we're gonna remove the beacon as we did here, because it does give us some conveyor junctions right over there, which is something I need for this welding project. On that, it's not completely necessary, but doing it anyways. And removing the projection. So we could add more thrust here if we do need it, and it'll help cover up the conveyor junctions here. Or we could just easily put blocks here, not a big deal. Okay, we need to weld up here, and then out here we have the two bigger ones, which I guess we could weld up both, or on each side or just one and convert something else. I don't know yet, but we don't have to decide that just yet. I should use a C shape here actually. All right, we need a T shape here, but I'm gonna go with a junction, and we'll go down this way, and we should be good. And then we'll throw a welder, not a grinder, a welder, down this way. If I had the mats for it. Okay, so this welder should be able to take care of this one. We just gotta figure out how to get to these here. I guess we just do that. And do I have space for 2 spacings here? No, I don't. So a welder will be more than enough to be placed right over here. It doesn't connect to this one, so looks like we need to bring one slightly down here as well. Or actually over here. I think down here will cover both ends, I hope. And then that way we could just throw in a C shape here. That might do it actually, I hope. All right, turn this on, see if that's gonna do both. It will. Okay, so that works out. Oh, that does not even connect to that correctly. So this welder's not really do anything. There we go. All right, do we have enough mass for this? I hope so. So that's all thruster components. Looks like we have 7,000. So I think we have more than enough. So that kind of works out really, really well. Okay. Well, the 11 has nothing in here. Okay. Well, there have nothing. We'll get rid of this. Perfect. Oh, anything in here? Nope. Great. Okay, so we learned our lesson. We don't need... Well, we don't need to do 2 welders, really. We just need one right over here. As long as it's connected to a port. We're good. Actually, we have one already welded, so it's not a big deal. Turn that on. There we go. We got more thrust than we need. Over there. Ah, the thruster right here that we need to fix up as well for the red ship. I will leave this for now. Is there a connection point for this one that's gonna be fairly easy to use? Probably not. Looks like this one's missing some stuff as well. Thruster components. And let's see here. The only other connection is that. I mean, there's some down here. A bit of a stretch. Or up here is a bit of a stretch as well. How much is missing? A whole bunch. Alright, so then... I guess we could connect it from here, if anything. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna get rid of that really quickly, which is the steps. So we're just gonna do this. And see if we can get out here. Oh, we can't because of the hangar. Great. I was hoping we could do that. We could remove the hangar. I was kind of contemplating on removing the hangar anyways, to be honest. I don't really care to store small grid ships. As you see, we keep losing them anyways. So why even bother? I was thinking of closing this up and maybe put either a cargo container or a bunch of weapons, basically. Because it could be useful for weapons, but also this is in the way. So it might not be the best thing in the world. But we could secure even a hydrogen tank or even more batteries and such in here if we wanted to. So it's a good room to put more stuff in here. So I think we could do that. I don't necessarily think we need to have the hangar here for a small grid ship that we are more than likely not going to keep anyways. Tons of thruster components all done in seconds. Oh, let's check inside. Nothing. All right. So I don't get why sometimes it has stuff, sometimes it doesn't. Could be annoying, but fine. Okay. Well, we should design it on both sides because I think both sides needs this. All right. We'll get this thruster up and running, and we should have probably 5,000 thruster components left, which isn't much. But good enough. All right, get rid of this. And there's a window here, not steps per se. It was these diagonal windows here. So we'll put that back. All right, perfect. So again, either storage or whatever the case may be here. We could add more weapons too if we like. Don't know if we want to do that, but should be all right. All right, these are, I'm gonna have to do these by hand. All right, like that. All right, something's up here. Okay. I'm unable to grab stuff from this turret for some reason, which means something is broken behind it. Not great. Grab from here. We'll figure that one out relatively soon. But these are like quick ones because you need like 2 runs for this, for the regular small size ion thrusters. The large one, forget it. You need like a good 10 runs or something like that. Okay, let's figure this out. Something back here is either broken or just not connected correctly. I'm guessing it's just not connected correctly. We may have removed something and then replace it with what we needed. Right? No, it's just kind of broken here. Okay, we'll just replace that. Actually surprised that over there got kind of damaged. That's crazy. This passageway we can upgrade. Or not even put a passageway if we wanted to. Actually like the ones with the light a bit. Like that. Gives it extra lighting. Right there. Really unnecessary, but it makes it look a little bit better. I mean, I guess so, because we already have this passageway here too. So we can always keep that. Not a big deal. All right, perfect. Yeah, so we can put a doorway down here too. We need to maneuver down here. But I don't think the hangars are necessary. So I'm going to remove them. I'd rather use the space for a hydrogen tank potentially. That would be a little bit more ideal. Weapon wise, I guess we could put weapons on the side of it, but again, we're so close to the thrusters that I'm not really that comfortable doing that, because then it's gonna be a target for when it's targeting my weapons. So here's like a prime spot for either a cargo container or a hydrogen tank. So either one works fine. And we can close this up temporarily like this and then add the full block in the 2 block here, or we go all half block and secure it down that way. I don't really mind going I don't really mind going the half block direction for now. Although we do need a door in here. We have a door up there. We can add a door right here if necessary. Which could be offset door since we do half block. There we go. So we just close that up instead of having a hanger there. That means we don't need these because these were for the hanger doors. And then we do the same thing on this side. So we'll do an offset out here. Wait, did we do on the outer layer? I hope we did. It's on the outer and the inside layer. We did it on the outer layer. Okay, perfect. That's what we needed to do. And I guess if we had enough medical components, we could also throw in a medical room in there too, just in case. We have 2 already, but we can add another one in case it gets dicey. But we are pretty much set with the red ship, minus some thrusters not being completed just yet. Let's figure this one out. Shouldn't be too bad. Here we go. I got most of the thrusters going now, right? We have the bottom ones done. Yep, bottom ones done. We can get rid of this for now. Yeah, we could situate that right there with some blocks for now. We can even do something like this if we wanted to, or like this. More inclined to do that. Looks like most or to all my thrusters are up and running. Yeah, nope. I found one that's broken still. Side ones here are broken as well. Okay, so we still got a few more to go. Should have left the welders up there near the big one so we could easily take care of this, but it's fine. They're small thrusters, so a quick 1-2 punch for each one and we should be good. That one's good. We have 2 over here to work on, unfortunately. There's that. We are looking pretty good, I think. We just gotta check on the other side. Oh, we have some ones on top, which these are easy to take care of, to be honest. Yes, we have a port right here, which we could probably and should move this one out of the top here. It's so exposed and it can become a large exploding tank, which is not something we need. So potentially we should move that elsewhere if we can find a good spot for it. Alright, those 2 are done. These 2 are done. I think we're pretty good now, right? They're not on because I think they're hidden anyways. So we'll figure that out in a second. But I think we're good in terms of these thrusters. Yes. So another question is why are they not? So another question is why are they not on? So we'll do that. And they should be all on now. Yep. I think some of them are just hidden. So we should really get them unhidden if we can. Should be fine. Okay, so the red ship or red Corvette ship is good to go. Everything should be symmetrical in a sense. I mean, there's some editing that we can do on this, like gyroscope. Should they be outside? Probably not. We'll leave that for now. We could add more weapons. We should move the parabolic antenna, if anything. In this case, the big antenna might actually be better. And we could situate the front a little bit. So I know in here, there's like nothing there. And we don't necessarily need spotlights, so I might just get rid of them, to be honest. And we'll put something else there instead, which could just very well be either assault cannons, like so, artillery, or even more Gatling ammo. Or Gatling turrets, in that sense. So I don't mind opening this up so we can put the conveyors closer to out here, and it'll stick out. Yeah, it'll stick out up to here in terms of the weaponry. And if we really wanted to, we can have this exposed, and we'll put a welder here. I kind of like that idea because I like putting the welders to help with welding back up the Gatlins or any of the weapons up front. So we're gonna put in some conveyor junctions in here, like so. And I think the welder, as much as I don't want it to stick out, I think it has to in a way. Not the best thing in the world, but it should be fine. And I just realized we're too close to put 2 turrets here anyway. So, we have to space that out a little bit more. I think we can space it up to here, actually. Yeah, if I did that, then that means the welder needs to be out here. We need 2 welders, actually. 1 on each side. And this is going to be a conveyor junction twice. Which may change the game a little bit. Actually, you know what? Honestly, we just need to get rid of this. Which wouldn't be terrible. Put the welder here with the port sticking in the right direction, like so. Yeah, I think we are going that route instead. So we can work with the Gatlin turrets first. Let's go with the new style turrets. Type 2s. That looks decent. Not terrible. I actually like the look of it. Actually pretty decent. And I didn't need to do that before because I think it was part of this grouping anyways. Yeah. Got these little like ladder system on here. That's pretty interesting. All right, we'll turn that off. And this should be able to take care of the weld. Ooh, it might even take care of this as well, right? Let's see. Well, I can't even get to it, but if we were to get to it, we do, let's just say welders. All the welders are fine. Yep. That should take care of a lot of that stuff there. And unfortunately, we can't build anything to cover it, but there's something in the middle that we can work on as well. Not much we could put here, unfortunately. If we could put in like I think we could put in our own targeting system here if we really needed to, which would more or less not be a turret. It would be more of a, where's the, not character weapon. I just want weapons. Yeah, right here. We could probably put rockets if we want to go rockets, but I probably don't want to go that route. And then the only one that can fit here is probably an artillery. A real gun is too big, so we're not going to work with that. We could put a rotor and make a custom turret also. It wouldn't be terrible. But for now, we'll just close it up like so. It's too bad I can't put a plate or anything like this to cover right over here. But I guess it is what it is in this case. We could put a plate here if we really want to go the route of covering up the conveyor junctions here, or we can even do something like that, which would look decent. Or if there's a smaller one, I think there's a smaller version. There's like a half version of this, I believe. There was, I guess not. Ooh, that's an interesting design if we did something like that. Huh. Never thought about doing something like that. It looks okay. It's not the best thing in the world, but looks decent. Like, I was thinking something about slanted halfway. I don't think we have that. All right, so we're gonna do a bit of a slanty thingy here. For whatever reason, that looks pretty cool. I'll stick with that. All right, there we go. Unfortunately, a little bit exposed. Not perfect, but it should be okay. We could get rid of the turrets here. We probably don't necessarily need them either. We'll leave it for now. All right, so a welder could even come here too, if we want to do that. What's behind this one? Just straight up battery. All right, so we'll put a welder with the ports on the right direction. Ooh, does it need multiple port on each direction though? Like this to that? If that's the case, then doing what I just did is not going to be worth it. I don't think it's going to be worth it. All right, let's just put that back. Okay, we could close it up and protect it, or we could well, we can't put a welder here, right? No, we can't. It's sticking out too much. We should just put back what we need to put back, which I think was this. I think it alternates, right? Let's see. Yeah, it alternates. And if we want a color, it should be this color right here, right? No. It's a much darker red. How do I copy color? Shift P? Yep, Shift P it was. That was just a random memory type of guess. Can't believe that actually worked out. Alright, just getting these back to its original color, if anything. I don't know what was supposed to be white and what's supposed to be red, but we're just gonna work with what we got here. Pretty sure here was, oh, it was a gray more than anything else here. Be alright. I'll color this red. I'm gonna leave that white, which should be gray. That's fine. Alright, we missed a spot right here. So I'm just gonna get the more obvious spots, if anything. So I'm not gonna go too crazy with it. Not sure if that is supposed to be white. It might be, or it might not be. I'm not sure. Hard to really tell based on, you know, what I did with it. Why is there a line here? That's so weird. Sure, why not? Yeah, I don't know. What else is there? Is there any spot, all right, in here for weaponry? I'll be back in here. Yes, it's a possibility, but we need a conveyor junction. Oh, there's one right there. So we could potentially add one out here. I was hoping to go a little further. Do we have something hidden behind here? No. That's just straight up outside because it's much shorter out here. Okay, so that's fine. So if we wanted to put some kind of weaponry, it's got to kind of swing out into here, but is that the outside? No, it's not. I mean, it's probably close. All right, so we could put a weapon in here. Yeah, could definitely do that. So more or less, we are preparing for battle in a sense. We'll figure it out from up here. We should probably move some of these walkways a little bit. This is fine. We just throw in a conveyor junction here. And then we'll throw in a Gatling. I think that'll work. Just adding a little bit more weaponry out here. Although it may or may not be necessary. I'll turn this off too. Alright, perfect. So that should be okay in terms of getting ammo and everything like that. Everything's looking good. Again, I think we got to move the hydrogen tank inside and not leave it outside like that. But everything else is good. Yeah, it could go in here, if anything. We could even put glass here. That would probably look cool too. Alright. We have more than enough thrusters. We have more welders. We have more weapons. We are in pretty decent shape here. Now, the main thing again is I do want to move this a little bit closer so we can have it technically fused and not as a separate ship. I don't really think it needs to be a separate ship. I'd rather fuse it a little bit closer, if anything. How much closer can we get this? I am not too sure, but we will find out now. So we're going to open this up. And get it closer. So that's where it was merged originally, up there. So we'll just release that.
Inventory full.
Okay. They think that may have caused some issues. I hope not. Oof. Literal meaning of getting cooked. Poor decision there to go underneath a large hydrogen thruster, but sure. Okay, we wanted to get closer, and we were fine with not getting burned anywhere. Yeah, because we were like in between it. So we could definitely move it closer. Here, I'm not so sure. Nope, we're just slightly under it. So we could get as close as possible without being too much of a nuisance. But I'm not going to like exactly where it's going to get too close, will I? Because it looks like some things may or may not have issues with things. Alright, this connector doesn't have anything. So we should be able to just do that to unhook it. I'll just remove that too. Alright, so getting it close looks a bit rough. The power on this thing is off because I have it on recharge with these batteries. So if we did auto, we should be fine. Okay. Okay, so how much closer can we really get here? And we're pressing down, I think. Yeah. How much clearance do we really have here? This and this is a block of a mess, so that's the closest we can get. Unless we remove some of this to merge it into this right here. So if we want to get that close, we throw a merge block right here then. It would be like that. And then we gotta clear out some of this here. Should we get that close or should we even get closer? No, we can't get too close because we have a hydrogen tank over there too. Or hydrogen thruster. So where we're at now isn't too bad. Yeah, I think right here wouldn't be too bad. Now, do we have remote control for the... Which ship is this one? Oh. Oh, we do have some kind of remote control with that. That's interesting. Right, so we'll merge it like this. Ooh, okay. We need to move it down this way. So we'll throw this right here. And it's not going to be able to connect just yet because we have to remove some blocks. Not a lot of blocks, but yeah, move some. So that should sneak in closer that way. But that also means this needs to go along with this one. And then we should be able to fuse that way, I hope. Oh. So glad this thing still has a remote control. Ooh, did not like that, but it should connect on its own if it can. Alright, it's not going to because something is in the way. So what's in the way? We're gonna have to get rid of this right here. This should get into it right there, but I'm pretty sure there's something that's in the way. Ooh, I didn't realize how close this thruster was to this. So that's not great. So we may have to get rid of that thruster if anything. That's fine for now. Anything here that's a problem? I don't necessarily see a problem here. Nor do I see one here. So not sure what's not allowing it to connect unless we just need to shift it a little bit more. Turrets are the problem. Okay. So that's good to know. So it's the turret that's the problem. The turret extends up to Yep, up to this here. We're gonna have to get rid of this turret then, which is, I guess, not a big deal. There we go. It's merged in. We could put something else here, like an interior turret if we need to. Since we added the ones up front, we should be okay to have that as a non-turret. We might be able to push it back up to here if anything. Maybe. I don't think so. Alright, so we're gonna address two things. One is this thruster aiming at this. So this either needs to go or we make a hoe, but we can't do so because there's a thruster there. So we may have to just get rid of this one, to be honest, which isn't the worst idea. So we'll open up. We can close it if we need to. The steel plate. There we go. Okay, so now that's not gonna burn anything. Oh well, this is gonna burn this pillar, so we're gonna have to leave that open. That's fine. I think we should be fine there. Here it's not gonna burn anything. Back here may or may not burn anything here. Oh, we got some firing upon us again. This is bad. And it's shooting this ship here. So these are the mining, yeah, these are the mining carriages that are a bit of a nuisance. They're neutral, but they just like shooting us. So what I do here is basically come in here, take over the control. Oop. All right, perfect. I just ran out of power. So it's getting pop shots at us, not necessarily, but on the other mining carriages or whatever, and it just gets annoying because I really want the parts. Oh, it shot my tubes up too. Are we neutral? Stop shooting my stuff. I know you're after some of the ship, but not all of them. But whatever. We're gonna take over this here, and then we'll take over the remote control that's there. So that should stop it from doing any more damage in a way. So we just gotta take over these here. So that should stop it from firing, obviously. We lose some of the rep from doing that, but it's fine. So now what we do here, this is a good example of what I've been doing off camera. If it stops. So I already know if I start grinding it now, I'll lose the rep. So what I've been doing again is taking some merge blocks, right? So merge it from here. I did completely destroyed everything here, so that's not great. And it was trying to shoot that shit right there. Because for whatever reason, they don't like each other. So forget the tubing for now. We'll place a merge block here. And we'll place a merge block somewhere on this thing too. So I've been doing it kind of like this for the mining carriages. Just so I can see a little better. Put a merge block up here. I could put a helm so it makes it easier to see, but it's not necessary. We should be able to do this, I guess. Not the best thing in the world because the thrusters in front are super fast. Here we go. Yeah, really tough to see, but we'll get it together. There you go. It's liking it. in we go. Okay, so now as you can see, no rep wasted by doing this now. So all the tubing here slightly messed up. And this is more or less just to connect it back into the ship so I can easily offload when I'm grinding it down as easy as possible. Okay, so that should be fixed. All right. Now the good news here is that the cargo containers here has a good chunk of things or ores that we can use. And there's usually 4 cargo containers. And what I've also been doing is taking these batteries if we need to and then discharge them. I don't think we necessarily need to do that now. We could do that a little bit later if anything, but we should move. I think we should be able to move everything into pipe now. Yeah, perfect. So we can see what's in there. Here, we got some ammo. Look at that, 359 uranium ores. That's useful for us. Magnesium silicon, and then see more magnesium and silicon. So not too bad. Let's type in ore. Got some nickel as well. So that's what we find here. Sometimes you get gold, sometimes you get silver, and luck out there. But the uranium helps a lot in terms of the power. All right, so that's the mining carriage basically. So, reactor. Do we even have a reactor on at the moment? Doesn't even have uranium in there, does it? I think all our uranium is, well, it's slowly getting made now, I guess. Or did we use up all the uranium? Huh, where's all the uranium? Oh yeah, I guess we used it all up then. Or, yeah, we probably used it all up and just started putting them more in there. Should be okay. Alright, so we could easily take out what we need to take out when losing rep, or kind of strip it apart as much as possible. If we need the thruster components, it's all there as well. Gyroscopes. I'm just gonna try to hack everything so it's considered mine instead of considered as the enemy. So when a new ship comes by and shoots us, we shouldn't have too much of an issue. Okay, and then the rest is just the batteries. Yeah, we just take care of that. All right. So, we'll just do discharge because we could just do that anyways. And this is how I've been powering my ship, and especially with the all new batteries that we've loaded up. So again, multiple ships pass by here just to do some pop shots at us for no apparent reasons, but it kind of helps a little bit because it gives us the ores and everything that we need. All right, so that's done. In terms of the red ship, we do need to fix it up a little bit better, and we need to connect it right over here, which we could use tubing, or we could be using something that's a little bit more reinforced. I'm okay with the tubing for now, as long as we get to multiple points of connection, which would be smarter thing to do. And there's still smaller things that we need to change, like this cargo container, which doesn't necessarily need to be there. Okay, so this is the merge block. So we can merge it in very basically. So we're no longer relying on the merge block. In this case, we can find a little better design for this later down the line, but this will do for now. Unfortunately, I can't use this pillar connection, it'll just burn down. But I think we are pretty decent here. We did miss a pillar right here. Okay, good. That's connected. Everything seems to be quite okay in terms of connections. I mean, another connection point could be right here into there. So it could easily be like a C shape into a T shape here. Yeah, we'll do multiple points of connection here just in case. All right. And there's got to be another spot where we can connect it as well. So it's not too off. I see maybe right over here, right? Yeah, we could do 2 spots, one here and one here as a potential spot. Nope, nope, let's not do that. Let's just do it right down the middle. Like so. Just to bridge them 2 together. So we get 3 points of contact to bridge. Only 1 for connecting in terms of tubing, which is bad. So we're gonna figure that out. I guess we could just take care of this pillar. And that should suffice a bit. We could do more, right? So we could just do this as... Oop, not that way. If we really, really wanted to, we just do this as more design. And also protecting the little bits that needs to protect... that we need to protect anyways. And there we go. And then, of course, we could do a bit of more design down here in the bottom if we need to. But, of course, we need to release the blue ship to attach the other red ship that we pretty much put together already, as you see here. But we do need to redesign it a bit also to match the other red ship, which we did a new design. I'll probably take care of that a little bit off camera. Because these things, I mean, more or less I showed you what I'm gonna do and have done. So save you the trouble of showing it twice, because it's just gonna go on the other side of the ship. Okay, so we gotta drop off this one as well. We have some issues in terms of connection. I think we lost some things there. Should be fine. We're gonna cut a hole here. We can travel inside a bit. Something's on fire. Ouch. Our red ship got tagged a little bit. This may or may not be the SBRT timer block section. Oh, we got shot up really bad back here. Definitely not great. So we gotta kind of fix that up. Because I do recall I couldn't find some timing blocks. And it may have destroyed it back here, potentially. I kind of hope that's the case. Because I couldn't find it. But if it's found, then great. But now the trouble of putting this all back together is probably not gonna be that great or fun. All right, so we should be okay here. We probably need to recharge some of the batteries so we have some flight if we can. So let's just do recharge here. We'll do recharge on some of them, not all of them. I believe needs to be recharged. We have a few up front too. And we got some more batteries here that we need to fix up, unfortunately. We'll get that done. All right, so what's on fire? Probably an ion thruster or two right here. Maybe we can stop it from doing that by doing that. Just grind it down a little bit. Okay, we still need to fix this up as like we just did previous times. But more or less, we also need to create another wing piece here. Once that's done, we'll throw on our Imperial Red Stingray, and we should be good to go. We'll add some more weapons, design it a little bit more as well if it need to be. The blue ship we'll leave here because it was fun to retrieve. And then we can still continue moving on to look at more ships to retain, rebuild. I'm thinking of going there because there was a pirate raider there before. I'm not sure if it stays there, but maybe, just maybe. But that should be it for today. I'm just gonna check on the hydrogen really quick as well. Just turn the lock back up. Buy some hydrogen if we can. Like, not so much hydrogen today here. All right, we'll buy that. We'll look at the acquisitions, see if there's anything we can give. We could do cobalt, but why waste the cobalt? Steel plates we could do. We may or may not have to go now. I'm just going to see if it can return it. Nope, we don't have that much gold. That's interesting. 178 gold we don't have. I would think we do have. And then we've been checking this locker now and again to grab whatever's there. Okay, so not sure why we don't have that much gold. Unless it just hasn't been refined. Gold. We have gold right here, very little bit. We have some here. Ooh, we don't have that much gold. That's interesting. I was hoping we had a lot more than that, but I think we produced a good chunk of stuff that requires gold. Yeah, like thruster components. Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll keep that one. All right, cool. I think that should be it for today. So it's a redesign of the red ship a little bit, tiny bit. Arm it up. Getting ready for battle. We could probably arm up more up here if anything. I think down here is the bridge or cockpit, which we could get rid of because we don't need a bridge or cockpit in here. So we stretch out the conveyor throughout here so we can arm it better weapons. We don't need this up here. We gotta move the tank as well. So minor little things to do, but we'll get it done. But of course, if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.